Good morning. Today we are going to study one of the most important features of a modern and civilized society. First, look at the picture 1. You can see that traffic is moving in systematic manner. Zebra lines are there, traffic lights are there, pedestrians are moving on footpath and there is no chaos. But when we look at the picture 2, we find lot of chaos. Vehicles are moving in all directions, pedestrians are on the road, and there are a lot of chances of accidents. So, in nutshell, we can say that in order to run traffic in systematic manner and in order to avoid any chaos and accident, certain traffic rules are required. It is not only traffic. In order to run any institution, any society, or any country, certain set of rules, regulations, and laws are required. If we look at our home, we follow certain rules. If we look at our school, there are a set of rules. For example, arrival time, departure time, syllabus covering duration and examination and result distribution. These all activities are done as per the rules. In a similar manner, if you visit a bank or railway station or an airport or any other office, you will find that certain rules and regulations are there. In the similar fashion, in order to run a country in systematic manner, certain rules and regulations are required. The big question is who prepares these laws? What is the procedure of preparing these laws? In this chapter, we will study this process in detail. First, let's understand the concept governance. That means the process of taking decision, running society according to the rules and laws, and also ensuring that all are following those rules and laws. In totality, this is known as governance. And the institution and people responsible for doing all these things is known as government. So let's revise. We have learned two concepts. First one is governance. Governance means that running the society according to rules and regulations, and government means the institution responsible for doing all these things is known as government. Here we should keep one thing in mind. There is difference between rules and laws. Laws are those rules which are very important and one can be penalized for breaking them. And there is one more very important thing which we should always keep in mind, that these laws are not static. They keep changing as per the requirement of the society. For example, if we say that certain laws are not important, that can be removed. And if some laws are required because of the introduction of some new features in the society, new laws are to be made. So in this segment of video, we have studied the importance of rules and regulation as they run the society in proper and systematic manner. We have studied what the governance means. Governance means, let's recap, governance means taking decisions, making laws, implementing them, and ensuring the smooth running of the society. And the institution and people responsible for this process is known as government. We will study more about government in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Good morning. In previous video, we studied about government and governance and the importance of rules and regulation for running society in systematic manner. In this picture, you can see that in first picture, some civil work is going on. In second picture, you can say the railways, next defense, hospital, evacuation program, traffic management, parliament, a classroom, a postman, and an office. In order to run all these services in proper manner, certain rules and regulations are required. Now, we will switch over to one more very important topic, that is organs of the government. In last video, I told you about the government. Government means the institution responsible for governance, that is, taking decision, making laws, implementing them. That means it is a huge task, and only one organ cannot perform all these duties efficiently. So, in order to perform different duties of government, different organs are responsible. So first we will look at that who will make the laws, who will take the decision. The first and the foremost task of the government is law making and decision making, and it is done by the organ named legislature. The foremost duty of the legislature is law making, making of new laws as per the requirement of the society. Also, the duty of legislature is to see that there are some laws which are redundant or which are obsolete, which are not required. So, legislature can remove them, and at times some amendments or changes are required in the existing laws, and it is the duty of legislature to perform all these duties efficiently. In India, it is done by parliament or assembly, and this parliament or assembly is consist of representatives elected by the people, about which we will study them in detail in next video. The next most important task of the government is to execute the laws made by the legislature. It is equally important task. So, the duty of executive is to implement these laws in efficient manner and ensure proper administration. In India, this task is done by the President, Prime Minister, and other minister at national level, and Governor, Chief Minister, and other ministers at state level. We will study about the formation of executive in detail in next video. Now, the equally important task is to ensure that nobody should break these laws, and if somebody does so, they should be penalized. Now, it is the duty of one more important organ, that is judiciary. The judiciary is the organ which perform its duty with the help of courts. At center level, it is Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court of India is located in the capital, that is in New Delhi, and each state has a high court. Now, the duty of judiciary is to see that nobody breaks these laws, and if anybody breaks break any law, judiciary ensures proper penalty to them. Along with it, the duty of judiciary is also to see that legislature and executive perform their work in fair manner, and they form law and implement these laws in proper and systematic manner. So, Today, we have studied about the organs of the government. Organs of the government means they perform different duties in effective manner. The first most important work of government is lawmaking, and it is done by the legislature. The second most important duty of the government is execution and implementation of these laws, and it is done by the executive. And the third most important duty of the government is to see that these laws are not to be broken by anybody and to give penalize those who do so. And it is done by the judiciary. And judiciary keeps a check on legislature and executive. Related to this, a very important principle is there, that is separation of powers. The word itself denotes that separation of power means that legislature, executive, and judiciary will work in their jurisdiction. They will not interfere in each other's work area or jurisdiction. Powers are separated. That means laws are to be made by the legislature. Laws are to be implemented by the executive, and judiciary will perform its duty of saving the laws and the proper implementation of laws and penalizing people when they don't follow it. That these organs will work in their particular jurisdiction and will not interfere in each other's jurisdiction or work areas. But there is something very peculiar about India, that these organs keep a check on each other, and this principle is known as checks and balances. These organs keep an eye on the working of each other and without interfering in each other areas. So in this video, we have studied about various organs of the government. First one is legislature, second one is executive, third one is judiciary. They work in their jurisdiction. They don't interfere in each other's working, but they keep an eye and keep on checking so that they can not exceed their jurisdiction. We will study more about government in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Good morning. Welcome back. In previous video, we studied about different organs of the government which perform various work like legislature, lawmaking, implementation of these laws by the executive, and the role of judiciary is to penalize those people who don't follow laws. Now we will study about different levels of government. India is a huge country and a lot of diversity and variety is there. If we look at the geographical features, if we look at the cultural features, there is lot of diversity and variety. So, there are three levels of government to address different levels of issues. At the bottom of this pyramid, you can see local government. The role of local government is to address local issues. For example, repair of drains, issues related to street lights, etc. These are the local issues, and local government is more it can deal these issues in more effective manner as compared to state and central government. Now you can see the second level of government in this pyramid. It is state government. The role of state government to address regional issues. If any problem is there in different districts, in any district, the role of state government to address those regional issues. And at the top of this pyramid, you can see the central government. The role of central government to address national issues, those issues which are of national importance. For example, defense, currency, banking, railways, etc. So, till now we have studied the levels of government. The levels of government means that the government working at different level, the local government addressing local issues, the state government addressing regional issues, for example, law and order, agriculture, irrigation, etc. And the role of central government is to address issues of national importance. So it is one of the most peculiar feature of India that in order to address different level of issues, there are different levels of government. Now we will study in detail about this division or these levels of government. In this table, we will study about two levels of government. One is all India or national or central government, and other one is state level. You can see on the left side of table the organs of the government. First organ is judiciary, and we all know the role of judiciary is to penalize those people who don't follow laws and rules, and also to keep check on legislature and executive. At all India level or national level, this work is done by the Supreme Court. There is only one Supreme Court in India, and it is located in the capital of country, that is in New Delhi. At a state level, almost in each state, there is a high court. So that means at all India level, judiciary that means that national level, that Supreme Court is there, and at state level, different high courts are there. Now the next organ is legislature, that means law-making body. At national level in India, we call it a parliament. And parliament consists of the president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And the role of parliament is to frame laws related to national issues. At a state level, there is an assembly which is known as Vidhan Sabha, and in some of the states there are two houses in state assembly also. That, for example, in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, there are two houses at state level. One is known as Vidhan Sabha and one is known as Vidhan Parishad. And duty of a state assembly is to formulate laws at state level. And now the third important organ of the government is executive at central level, led by the president, prime minister and other minister. And at state level, it is led by governor, chief minister and other minister. One thing is to be noted that in India, president and governor are nominal. Nominal means that they have just signing authority. The power at central level is uh, actually utilized by the prime minister and other ministers, and at center level this power is actually enjoyed by the chief minister and the other minister. Governor and president have signing authority. Now, in next segment, you can see function and responsibilities are given uh, to the which all duties are to be performed by the central government and which duties are to be performed by the state level. As I have already told you, that the role of national government or the central government to address issues of the national importance, the laws on defense, foreign affairs, atomic energy, railways, currency are to be framed by the national government, and the issues or importance of regional importance, issues of regional importance like law and order, police, agriculture, irrigation, education. These are the areas where laws are made by the state government. So in this video, we have studied in detail about the national government and state government. Let's recap. At national level, the judiciary, there is a Supreme Court. It is only one in the country, and at state level, almost each state has a High Court. Next, the lawmaking body, legislature at national level, it is known as parliament, and it consists of president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. At state level, most of the state only one assembly is there. In five or six states, there are bicameral, that is Vidhan Parishad and Vidhan Sabha. Executive consists of at national level it is president, prime minister and other ministers, and at state level governor and chief minister plus ministers. Now we will study about something very important, that is the term nominal. Nominal means India has a parliamentary system of government. Here, parliament is the supreme as it is elected by the people. Although president is also elected, but it is not directly elected by the people. So the real power rests with the parliament, and the president and governor have only signing authority. In this context, I will tell you about one of the President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th President of India, although he enjoyed only nominal status. That means he had only signing authority, but he influenced millions of people and motivated them to become good citizens of country and to work in the larger interest of the nation. He is also known as Missile Man of India. Although he did not have real powers, but actually he made lot of efforts in making Indian democracy an ideal one. In this, thank you so much. We will study more about India in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Welcome back. In last video, we studied about different levels of government in India. One at basic level or lowest level, that is local government. The second one at state level, and at top level, that is central government. In last video, I told you that India is a parliamentary type of government. Here, parliament is the supreme because member of parliaments are directly elected by the people. The countries where member of parliament or government is directly elected by the people is known as democracy. So first, we should know what does democracy mean. Democracy word is made up of two words, demos and kratos. Demos means people and kratos mean power or rule, which means where people have power to rule. But the question arises, can all people actually rule? That means direct democracy is not possible because for all practical reasons, all people cannot rule. In place of direct democracy, now in almost all the countries of the world where democracy is there, representative democracy is being practiced. Representative democracy means people of the country elect their representative to make rules and to run the government. Now the question arises, who have power to vote or who are eligible to vote in India? In India, we follow the principle of universal adult franchise. That means people who are 18 or 18 above old can vote without any discrimination. Discrimination means that every individual or every Indian who is 18 or 18 plus can vote without discrimination of gender, religion, car, caste, creed, etc. That means in India we follow representative type of democracy. Here the decision makers are elected by the people of the country. So, in this segment, we have studied about the term democracy. Democracy, if we want to define in one sentence, is a government which is elected by the people. And if we study about India, we know here the government is elected by the people of the country, and these elections are held in free and fair manner. We will study about government, more about government in the next chapter. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.